The 18th century was a period of profound economic, technological, and social transformation, marked by the advent of the Industrial Revolution. Europe, in particular, experienced significant changes in how goods were produced and transported. Mechanization was replacing manual methods, increasing the demand for new logistical solutions to meet the growing transportation needs in cities and battlefields. It was in this environment that Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot, a French military engineer, emerged as a pioneer in the history of motor vehicles. Born in 1725 in the town of Vaude-Vacon, Cugnot showed an early interest in machinery and engineering. He served in the French army, where he closely observed the challenges of transporting heavy artillery. During military campaigns, large cannons and supplies were commonly hauled by horses, a grueling task that limited troop mobility and often exhausted the animals. The need for a more efficient solution led Cugnot to envision a machine capable of performing this function without relying on animal traction. Cugnot's ideas reflected the innovative spirit of his era. With recent advancements in using steam as an energy source, he began to conceptualize what would become the first motorized vehicle in history. His vision was simple yet ambitious: to create a mechanism capable of converting thermal energy into motion, thereby eliminating the dependence on animals for heavy transport. However, 18th century France posed a challenging environment for implementing new technologies. Despite enthusiasm for innovation, resources were scarce, and groundbreaking projects often faced resistance. Nevertheless, Cugnot gained support from military officers who recognized the strategic potential of his invention. Determined, he started working on a prototype that would later be known as the Fardier de Cugnot. As Cugnot's ideas took shape, a new era of transportation began to emerge. This rudimentary, steam-powered machine promised to revolutionize how heavy loads were moved, raising expectations of a future where reliance on horses would become a thing of the past. The conception of the Fardier was a journey of determination and creativity. Driven by his vision of efficient autonomous transportation, Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot began turning his ideas into a tangible project in the late 1760s. The goal was clear: to create a vehicle capable of carrying heavy loads, such as artillery pieces, without relying on animal power. However, the path to realizing this innovation was fraught with challenges. The term Fardier referred to robust carts used at the time to transport heavy materials like timber and stones. Cugnot adapted this basic idea, replacing traditional horses with a steam boiler, an emerging and promising technology. Working in a small workshop with limited resources, he designed a three-wheeled vehicle made of reinforced wood and equipped with a steam engine. The structure was imposing yet rudimentary, reflecting both the ambition and technical constraints of the era. The centerpiece of the Fardier was its boiler, located at the front of the vehicle. This steam engine used heated water to generate pressure, which then activated two pistons. These pistons, in turn, drove the front wheel, which also handled steering. While the concept was ingenious, it required precision and skill, and Cugnot faced technical problems throughout the process. For instance, the boiler took a long time to build up the necessary pressure and consumed large amounts of fuel. Despite the difficulties, the Fardier prototype was completed in 1769. Cugnot made constant adjustments, refining the mechanism to ensure the vehicle could carry substantial loads. The result was a machine that, although limited in speed, reaching about 4 kilometers per hour, represented a revolution in heavy transportation. This creation showcased not only Cugnot's ingenuity, but also his resilience in the face of adversity. He was introducing something entirely new, challenging established conventions. More than a vehicle, the Fardier symbolized progress and demonstrated the boundless potential of human creativity. With the Fardier prototype completed, Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot was ready to showcase his invention to the public and military authorities. The year was 1769, and the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The three-wheeled, steam-powered machine was already a remarkable achievement simply by existing. Now, It needed to prove its functionality in practical tests that would put its engineering to the test. The initial trials took place in Paris, under the supervision of army officers and other curious onlookers. The Fardier, with its robust yet unrefined appearance, began moving slowly, carrying a heavy load. The sight was awe-inspiring. For the first time, a machine moved without the need for horses, a vision symbolizing the future of transportation. Despite the initial excitement, the tests were not without problems. The vehicle struggled with stability due to its design, which concentrated weight on the front wheel, responsible for both propulsion and steering. Additionally, the long time required to heat the steam boiler caused delays, and its high fuel consumption made operation impractical. These challenges, though expected in such a pioneering prototype, did not go unnoticed by observers. One of the most memorable moments occurred when the Fardier lost control during a demonstration. Unable to stop the machine in time, Cugnot watched as his invention collided with a wall. Although the damage was minimal, the incident went down in history as the first recorded automotive accident. This episode elicited mixed reactions. While some saw it as proof of the vehicle's limitations, others regarded it as a symbol of the transformative and unpredictable potential of new technology. Military authorities, despite recognizing the merit of the invention, concluded that the Fardier was not yet practical for battlefield use. Issues such as instability, high operational costs, and maintenance complexity prevented its immediate adoption. However, the tests also highlighted the viability of the concept of motorized vehicles, an idea that was beginning to gain traction. Although the Fardier de Cugnot did not establish itself as a practical solution in its time, its impact went beyond the limitations of the prototype. It marked the starting point of the long journey toward automating transportation, inspiring generations of inventors and engineers to explore the potential of motorized vehicles. Despite its technical challenges, Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot's creation demonstrated that steam could be used to move machines autonomously, a revolutionary concept in the 18th century. The Fardier's immediate failure was not solely due to mechanical flaws, but also to historical circumstances. France, facing economic and political difficulties, lacked the resources to invest in experimental technologies. Moreover, the infrastructure of the time was not equipped to accommodate vehicles like the Fardier, which required flat terrain and ample space to operate. However, these barriers did not diminish the importance of the invention as a visionary demonstration. The original Fardier prototype was preserved and, years later, displayed at the Conservatoire National des Arts et Métiers in Paris. It remains there today as a symbol of Cugnot's pioneering spirit and a reminder of how great ideas often begin as imperfect experiments. Its presence in a museum also serves to educate the public about the history of engineering and the origins of modern mobility. More importantly, the Fardier paved the way for subsequent innovations. Cugnot's invention influenced thinkers and inventors such as James Watt and Richard Trevithick, who continued to explore the use of steam in motorized machines. In the following century, automotive technology evolved to include internal combustion engines, paving the way for the cars we know today. Cugnot's legacy extends beyond engineering. His determination to challenge the conventions of his time is a valuable lesson in the importance of taking risks with innovative ideas, even when immediate success is uncertain. The Fardier de Cugnot may not have been perfect, but it planted the seed for one of the greatest technological revolutions in modern history, the automobile. The Fardier de Cugnot is more than a historical curiosity. It is a tangible representation of how innovation can shape the future, even when faced with initial barriers. Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot likely never imagined that his rudimentary invention would be remembered centuries later as the precursor to the modern automobile. His vision and audacity exemplify the power of human creativity in pushing boundaries and imagining possibilities once deemed impossible. One of the most notable curiosities about the Fardier is the accident that occurred during one of its tests. The collision with a wall, though minor, became the first recorded automotive accident in history, giving the vehicle a symbolic status. This episode is often cited as a reminder that all innovations, no matter how transformative, face setbacks along their journey. Another peculiarity was the Fardier's operation. With a maximum speed of about 4 kilometers per hour, it was not particularly fast, but its ability to move without animal assistance was revolutionary. The noise from the steam boiler and the visible vapor escaping during operation fascinated and startled spectators of the time, who viewed the machine as something almost magical. Today, the Fardier stands as a symbol of how seemingly simple ideas can trigger significant changes. Its creation reminds us that progress is built on a foundation of trial and error. It also invites reflection on how each technological advance, no matter how modest it seems, can become a cornerstone for future innovations. Over the centuries, the impact of Cugnot and his Fardier can be seen in the technological evolutions that led to modern vehicles. From internal combustion engines to electric cars, every stage of automotive development carries traces of the pioneering work that began with that three-wheeled, steam-powered machine. The Fardier de Cugnot is, therefore, more than just a prototype. It is a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. When we look at it, we do not merely see a machine. We see a reminder that the greatest revolutions often begin with a simple step into the unknown.